Good morning, good afternoon, depending on what time zone you are in. This is a spoiler review of the movie he's watching. You just finished watching it and I had some thoughts. Why is it taking the sister Catherine 30 minutes to change, yet in the scene she did not change at all as she went into the house? Who is paying the electricity bill for the town's abandoned movie theater and motel that both the major scenes are shot in? So they come in from the rain. Cam doesn't offer Sean a towel to dry off. He just stands there, tell her, "Wait here." The guy ain't heard of pneumonia. Each of the children are special. They don't communicate with each other as they enter their home. So Cam and Catherine both enter their home at different points, and they go, "Oh, no one's here. Okay, hi." The house is supposedly has no electricity because of the storm. Okay, I get that disposition, disbelief, but what is the point of them going into this house that they live in and don't know how to do shit? You can't go switch the power, go switch the switch on the power on the electric box, or even attempt to get us like some candles. It's just, oh, the house is dark and we're just gonna walk around and act like this is normal when you have a serial killer on the loose in your town. Mind you, a small town at that. Is the main character Cam on the spectrum? I'm not trying to make fun of him. I'm just confused on why he is so clinically antisocial because there's a point that every character in the movie besides Sean and his sister Catherine are like, he doesn't talk. He's just special. He's a dork. Okay. Why didn't Derringer just call the police when he found Miss Claymore tied up in the basement? So you find the mom tied up in the basement. Once again, there's a serial killer on the loose, and you decide, I'm going to go play Nancy Drew in this house. Obviously, she's chained up by somebody, just like the son was chained up by somebody. After Darrington hit Mr. Claymore in the head, we find out he's the killer. Of course, that makes sense. Uh, they're once again playing search and find in his house. If you find the mom tied up in the basement, not just tied up, she's chained up in the basement, why the hell are you not calling the police immediately? Sean calls her dad, who happens to be the sheriff in this movie, and he gets to the house with no backup. So once again, you're in a small town where there's been multiple murders, and you don't decide to come to a town to the house with backup. If your daughter called you, what did she call you for? Because obviously she saw the mass assailant at the premises. Which brings me to my next point. If you have probable cause, you may enter the home. So why is the sheriff knocking on the door saying, "Hello, who's there? Is someone home?" Your daughter saw a mass assailant throw her out. No, that's not just saw her. I'm sorry. He threw her out of the house and locked her out of the house. So not only did she see him, he physically touched her. So you have probable cause to go into this house, but yet he's knocking. Oh no, let me in. The dad threw his daughter Catherine down the stairs. I thought that was hilarious. I'm just like, this movie is off the chain and not in a good way, but maybe it was entertaining, so maybe it was. Mama Claymore said, "Run," but her kids want to stay in the house once again with the other murderous parent. You know your dad is possibly a sociopath or psychopath, whatever, because he's obviously killing people and he locked your mom up in the basement. Sean sees the killer again outside. She's in her dad's police car where she's waiting, which is stupid in a horror movie. Why are you waiting? And your daughter is the sheriff's daughter. You don't know. You didn't try to shoot a gun? I would have been like, "Hun, take my side piece. Take the shotgun. We going into this house together." Because you went into this house with no backup, and you didn't even clear the house either. So why he's when he goes to find Dillinger stabbed, you didn't clear the rooms as a sheriff? So that's why the killer popped up and killed his ass. I was not shocked, nor did I care, because my question was, why didn't you clear the premises as you entered said premises? That makes no sense. For disbelief, that right there was just pissed me off. I just saw him die, and I was like, okay, I don't know why I should care. And the only smart thing that Sean did while sitting in the car and crying and seeing the killer is call for dispatch. But once again, why did she grab a gun if your dad's a sheriff? I don't know why she doesn't know how to shoot a gun. She's just sitting in the car. Help, 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 help. I see a killer. Help, help, help. And then she gets choked out in the rain, and then left alive. I don't understand the rationality of the father first throwing her ass out the house and then kill her, and next twice choking her out and then kill her. So honestly, she should have been the final girl. She should have killed the killer because those two incidents makes no sense. She should be dead. And once again, Dillinger got stabbed. We didn't even see if he died. They didn't even say what happened to him. They just said he got stabbed. We called for help. There's no mention if he's alive. He died. What? That was just okay. And then why is the dad lifting Sean off the ground when he's choking her out outside? Why didn't he just stab her? That made no sense to me again. Once again, wasting time. Cameron being called smart by his dad is laughable because this child had video evidence of multiple murders that's happened, and that's tampering with evidence or withholding evidence. He should have been charged. I'm just saying that made no sense to me. Catherine, yeah, because the video evidence and not doing jack shit with it pissed me off. That's why I made sure to put extra note on that. Catherine bashing her dad head at the end of the movie was the only part of the movie that made me die laughing because she's the only one that seems to be rational, even though she stabbed her brother in the hand with the scissors, which still pissed me off because, once again, why didn't you do more than just. If you thought he was the killer, you should have been. I'm calling the popo. Where mom at? What the? She didn't ask enough questions. There was not enough discernment for these characters.